What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago Bulls tried to do it again. They tried to go for another comeback victory. They tried to go down 17 points and push their way all the way to the win. And today was just not the day. We ended up losing to the Brooklyn Nets, a team that ultimately, look, they're the same record as the Bulls, so you got to give them credit where it's due. But not many people think highly of this Brooklyn Nets team. Nevertheless, certain individuals absolutely cooked, and the Bulls had no answer, and we've walked away with a loss over... where was it? Oh, man. This game was in Brooklyn. Sorry, I'm just completely all over the place today. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game, as we lose the game 120 to 112. And look, this is actually starting to become a big concern for the Chicago Bulls. Now, of course, when you win games, you win games. And the history books will show the comebacks, and that's great. But being down 20 points in those two games is a big concern when it happens consistently. Today was 17 points we were down at one stage in this game against Brooklyn. We were not playing well whatsoever. Yes, we did come back. Yes, we did make it competitive. I'm sure at some point we may have had the lead or tied the game. But whatever the case may be, we ended up walking away with a loss in this game, and we need to start figuring out reasons why we're getting down and the dumps in the first half of games. Why are we starting games so poorly? Now, fun fact, this is not an uncommon theme for the Chicago Bulls. Last season, we started games poorly all the time, and we found a way to come back in the second half. But I don't think it was to this extent where we were down 17 points every single time. I mean, there were certain occasions, for example, with the Miami Heat, we were down like 24-1 last season and we won the game. But again, it's just not a sustainable thing to kind of do. So yes, I had fun watching this game. It was enjoyable. At least the third quarter was enjoyable. But it still isn't... It's a big concern for me to know that we are still seeing the same kind of things flowing around for the Chicago Bulls. You know, once or twice, fair enough. You know, things happen. Maybe it was just an off night. But this is 3 times in a row we've been down big. And this time we just didn't complete that comeback. It would have been unheard of if we would have completed the comeback. We were close, ladies and gentlemen. We were close. There were times where it was a 4-point game to a tie game. And then an individual who many Bulls fans will know, his name is Cam Thomas. He kind of went crazy, if you know what I mean. Absolutely insane. Let's take a look. He had 32 points and 4 assists in this game. He was unbelievable in this game against the Chicago Bulls, and he sealed off the victory with a logo 3. The most ballsy type of shot you could ever think of from anyone, let alone Cam Thomas himself. And my goodness, he made the shot. And you know what? Those are the type of plays that you could get frustrated about. Fair enough if you are frustrated about how the Bulls ended. I mean, I've heard a lot of people really discredit the fourth quarter for the Bulls. You have every right to do that. But when players like that make shots like that, I have to hold my hands up and say, you know what? Fair enough. You know, if there's any shot I want someone taking, it's a logo 3. Go ahead, take the 3. And even then, we guarded that for the most part. So at some point, you got to respect what Cam Thomas was able to do. Now, sure, we could have done different things defensively to kind of get the ball out of his hands. Maybe blitz him. Stacey King was talking heavily about blitzing him. Maybe it was double teaming him as soon as he got the ball. Whatever it is. But when he makes shots like that, you can't do anything about it, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to go on the other end and say fair play to an individual that was absolutely sensational in the game. I have massive respect for Cam Thomas. A lot of people may know that. A lot of people may not know that. That only increases when he has games like that and he has shots like that in his repertoire. He's an elite scorer, and he proved it here today against the Chicago Bulls. And ultimately, I do give respect to the Brooklyn Nets for this game. I actually thought they played very, very well. Guys like Ben Simmons, who a lot of people like to criticize and blame and critique every single minute detail about his life and his basketball, I guess, abilities, had a great game today. You can't discredit him for the game that he had. He's not a scorer, so everywhere else was sensational. and he played a big part in the victory for the Brooklyn Nets. And a whole lot of guys, their bench killed the Chicago Bulls bench. It was not even close. And I think that's actually the key to the Brooklyn Nets victory. It was their bench. Their bench was fantastic in this game. I mean, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Brooklyn Nets bench. We've got a lot of time on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, so we need to really sink in what ended up happening in this one. So, obviously, we got Johnson, Simmons, Finney Smith, Dennis Schroeder, Cam Thomas. Those were the starters. Claxton had 7. We got Claxton had 12. 12 and 9. It's pretty impressive. Wilson had 7. Williams had 10. Clownley had 7. Johnson had 12. I'm sure there's more, but that's all that Safari is showing me at the moment. That is an absolute destruction, ladies and gentlemen, compared to the Bulls bench. So, again, when you get contributions like that, you know, it's a wrap. Put it that way. You know, when you're getting contributions like that off your bench, it will be very difficult to win the game. Our starters played well. You know, for the most part, Vucevic was outstanding. Levine was pretty solid. Kobe was okay. Josh Giddey was okay. You know, it was not like we played terribly in this game. In fact, 112 points is not bad whatsoever. It's just that too many contributors on the other end for Brooklyn, and that led to the victory. Their bench was great. Very, very clutch down the stretch. You got to give credit to a team that's able to do stuff like that. But yes, I do have some worries about the Chicago Bulls. Even in their wins, going down big cannot, I stress this, cannot be the way to go in the future. We need to adjust that very quickly. We need to find a way to start games earlier. Because look, we may get found out sooner or later. And the last thing you want to get found out about is how bad you are in the first half of games. Because teams will take advantage of that, and then they'll try to sink you in the second half. And we will not be able to come back each and every single time. So I hope in the next time out, because again, I'm still very optimistic right now. I still think we're going to have a good start to the season. In fact, I think 3-3 is a good start for the season for the Chicago Bulls. Nevertheless, in the next game, we need to find an extra gear to go up to in the first half of a game. We need to start it well. We can't always build our way into the game. Sometimes you need to click into gear straight away and get things going straight away. I hope the Bulls can achieve that, because that is the next step, in my opinion, on the way to success for this Bulls team. Because again, I don't have much issues with the game. Yeah, there might have been a couple of turnovers that we gave up. Yes, in the fourth quarter, we let things slip away. There is critiques individually you may think of, but as a team, I don't necessarily have a problem with where we are right now. But there are certain things that just cannot be, I guess, repeated. It cannot be part of our game. And starting off slowly is one of them. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to sit here and rage. I feel a little bit upset, but I'm not going to sit here and rage about it. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to give it the patience that it needs. And we'll see where the improvements lie. But if we're 2 weeks, let's just say, into the season, you know, another 2 weeks from now, and we're still talking about the same problem, you'll probably see a different side of me. You'll probably see a more angrier version of me. Even if we're winning those games, I want to see more consistency. I want to see all 4 quarters being played. As a young team, it's essential that we can bring the energy that we need for all 4 quarters. Because young teams can make mistakes, can let things slip away. We can't be that type of team. Anyway, with that being said, my player of the game today is Nikola Vucevic. I thought he was incredible today. I think he only missed 1 shot in the game, or maybe it was he was, what was it, 9 from 9 until the fourth quarter where he missed a 3. I think maybe that was along the lines. In fact, I actually will critique the Bulls for not going to him a little bit more in the fourth quarter. We kind of went away from him in many ways, and yeah, that was incredibly frustrating. In terms of the must improve, it's difficult, but again, because I feel like people are going to just critique me if I just say Patrick Williams again. But 28 minutes, 6.6 rebounds. Again, maybe I don't. To be honest, if you critique me, I don't really care. I'm picking Patrick Williams. I thought he was the must improve today. Let me know if you agree. 3-3. We'll see what happens, I guess, in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.